Hey guys, Urban here, back with another video. This time we're looking at Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Now, I got this on the PS4 and the Xbox One to see which console I preferred, and I decided that I preferred the Xbox One. The controller is just way better, and just all in all, the feel is way better. Not going to go into it in this video because that's going to be a separate video. This isn't going to be a full review because I haven't played through the whole thing. So first I'm going to talk about the things I don't like, and then I'm going to talk about the things I do like. The only thing I don't like is that the grenades seem a bit weak. Now, when you throw a grenade, it has this really tiny explosion, and it seems like unless the enemy is directly in that explosion, they don't die. And that's pretty much my experience with it. I used it in multiplayer too, and it seems like it's the same thing. When they throw it at you, you see the red death zone, and that death zone is a little bigger, and that seems like okay. Maybe I'm wrong, but it just seems like it just seems very weird. Now, before I go on to what I do like, I wanted to mention there's times where this crisscross pattern on the floor turns from yellow to red. At one point, I could have sworn the guy said it was a bad thing, but it seems to be almost everywhere, so if somebody could explain it to me, that would be awesome. So the first thing I like a lot is the way that the storytelling is done, and the way that the character models look really realistic, and they just have this human appeal to them, and also just the acting and everything is really well done. The graphics are amazing. The whole thing is just pretty awesome. It's pretty much done in a way that feels similar to the Assassin's Creed series of games, because it seems like they go back and forth through time, and you're able to actually experience the past in your mind. Now, at one point, you meet this woman who pretty much implies that you can actually change the past events. Or at least she says that the events can actually veer away from the way they actually happened. Now, one point where the acting kind of deviates from the sheer awesomeness that I experienced was this one point when this chick is talking about how you can probe this guy's memories with your DNI. Her tone actually is quite seductive and sensual, which I actually found very amusing.
In extreme circumstances, it is possible to extract that information by force. You'll be able to push deep into the subject's memories, their thoughts, even their subconscious.
Alrighty then. So there you have it. Apparently you could use your DNI to really violate somebody's thoughts. But yeah, so basically, switching gears here, this is a really awesome game, and I've had nothing but fun with it. And I've actually played multiplayer, and the multiplayer is actually really cool. It's a little different than what I'm used to, but you gotta understand that before Borderlands 2 and Destiny, I have not played any first-person shooters since like Quake 3. So, and especially multiplayer. So that's quite a long time ago. I can kind of see now why a lot of people complain about Destiny and PvP and stuff, and balance issues, because what I noticed in this game, and it's pretty much, it looks like it's very similar to games that have come in the past, like Call of Duty, Advanced Warfare, Modern Warfare, and stuff like that, is that the multiplayer, it lives completely segregated from the single player campaign. Meaning that, like, for instance, in the single player campaign, you get like abilities, kind of like you can blow up enemies and stuff, kind of like they're more like abilities in Borderlands 2 and less like supers in Destiny. Although multiplayer has abilities that are completely separate from the single player abilities, and they're more like the supers. Like you have like abilities that people have compared to Hammer of Soul from like Destiny and stuff like that. But what I've noticed is that the PvP aspect is completely 100% segregated from the campaign. So you have completely different like abilities entirely. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. because, you know, one of the things I love about Destiny is you can take your character from, you know, there is no difference between the single player campaign and PvP. They're all intertwined. And that's what I think is interesting. Now, I'm not saying I don't like the way they did it here. This is great. I love this. I'm just saying it's different. So, but anyway, there's not much else to say. I mean, you know, it's a great game. I think it's really awesome. It's very fast paced, and, you know. Oh, and also, you can swim in multiplayer. Definitely, I recommend it to anyone. It's a really great game. Peace.
In extreme circumstances, it is possible to extract that information by force. You'll be able to push deep, deep into the subject's memories, their thoughts, even their subconscious. Be able to push deep into the subject's memories, their thoughts, even their subconscious.